Hey BookTube, it's Kim at Middle of the Book March. This is just a chatty video that I had some bookish thoughts rambling around in my head, rolling around in my head. And so I thought I'd come on and talk to you about them. I don't know, if you don't like it when I get grumpy, I might get a little bit grumpy in the video. So if you're one of those who wants to give me a thumbs down or unsubscribe, you might want to do that. I don't know. I don't know why I'm bothering to tell you that, but it's not going to be a super happy video. Somewhat. Just some things I wanted to talk about. The first question is, what has BookTube done for me lately? Well, I am quickly coming on to my 2-year anniversary at the end of the year in December, but I started to think about what has BookTube done for me and what has it offered me? There's really no downside. The only thing close to a downside is the time commitment, but honestly, this is super fun for me. So, and I don't invest so much time that I feel it's a burden. I edit very quickly. I edit as little as I possibly can, and I move on. I've learned early on to make multiple videos at the same time if possible, so I've been able to do that pretty well and do some scheduling. It's been a lifesaver. But seriously, what has BookTube done for me lately as far as my reading life? I have gotten much more discriminating and particular about what I'm reading and what I choose to read. I no longer feel patient enough to continue to read a book I have no interest in or that I feel is a bad book. Life's too short. Whether it's a classic or it's a book that everybody seems to love or that was recommended to me, or it's all over BookTube and I'm supposed to love it, I no longer have patience for it if I don't like a book. I have DNF'd a bunch of stuff. I have added things on Goodreads that I've either started to read or listened to, and I've just X'd them out off my list because I just don't feel like continuing, and I haven't possibly read enough or listened to enough to make it a true DNF. I've been doing that a lot, and it's really good for me. It's really a positive thing. It's health and growth. Nobody should make themselves read a book they're not enjoying. So I have gotten to that point where I'm looking at my own shelves and I've become hyper aware of how many books I own and what's on my shelves currently. And I'm looking and I'm thinking, I'm not interested in that anymore. I've had that for 10 years. I just have no interest any longer. Or I've grown past certain books. So I feel like I'm getting to a point where I'm going to do another major unhaul, or maybe sell some books or give them away or whatever. I did one last year. I don't remember. Early this year. I don't remember. Possibly early in the spring. And I think I'm going to do it again. What does that mean for my channel? What that means for my channel going forward is I am going to dial back on buddy reads, read-alongs, book projects. I overextended myself in this past year. I've talked about that quite a bit on my channel already. I got involved with so much, and I got involved with so many buddy reads, the BookTube Prize, a year-long read-along. I started off with 2 of them, but quit on one very early. So many group reads and buddy reads that have been utterly fantastic. There have been I've had a few small complaints here and there, but which I will keep to myself, but nothing that completely turns me off from doing any of that. What I'm going to change going forward, I'm no longer scheduling any buddy reads for the rest of this year because I have so many already in the schedule. And next year, I am going to wildly dial back how many buddy reads I take on. I've decided not to take part in the BookTube Prize next year. I've decided not to take part in any long read-alongs. I'm not going to coordinate any. I don't feel I want to get involved in many of the theme months. And I don't typically anyway, although I will, I'm always aware of what month is what. And I will pick up some books in honor of the theme month, and I've done that all along. But I've never really stuck with the list of guidelines or the prompts or anything. So next year, I'm going to be much freer in my reading. I'm going to concentrate on my shelves. I look at my books every day, and I'm feeling like, oh, I want to pick that up, but I have no time. I want to pick that up, but I have no space to fit that in this month. I have overextended to the point where I'm getting resentful at my own overextension. I'm mad at myself. And I want to enjoy what I'm reading. I have so many things coming up that I can't wait for. So many people that I'm going to read something with. Some great books coming up. So I'm really looking forward to that. My entire month of December is free, is going to stay free, because I am going to use the entire month to just have a great time reading. And I'm going to pick light and fluffy and fantasy and thriller and mystery, whatever strikes me for the month. So that's where I'm at. And I've actually appreciated the time that I've spent on BookTube to come to that point in my reading life, because, you know, so many things are far more important to me. Life is short. There's so many smaller things I appreciate now, and so many things that I want to fit into my reading life that I want to jump on those. And maybe the Mooks and Gripes bucket list book tag had somewhat of an effect on me as well. Just thinking about, I want to get to that book. I don't want to put it on a list of books I hope to get to before I die. I don't want to wait for that book. I want to pick it up. So I'm going to free myself. I'm going to liberate myself from the self-imposed responsibilities that I've just piled on. And I'm really looking forward to that. That is not to say I'm not doing anybody reads, but I am going to be very careful of my schedule, my reading schedule. Another topic I wanted to talk about, subscriber numbers. So this has been not bothering me, but so interesting to me how this works. When I posted the Birdsong review video a few weeks back, it was a very negative review. It was very honest. It was very out there. I didn't hold anything back. And I posted disclaimers throughout the video. Immediately after posting, within the first hour, my subscriber count went down by two people. I'm like, all right, I knew that was going to happen. And then I, of course, got at least one thumbs down. I already knew that going in. But in the following week after that video, my subscriber count went down by a total of 7. And I kept thinking, what about the video made people drop out by 7 people? Were they mad at what I said? Did they totally disagree with me and were just not willing to say anything, so they just unsubscribed? Were they offended by something I said? Or are they just a fan of a big, giant, snotty misogyny? I don't know. I don't know. Now, I'm also wondering, does YouTube have anything to do with that? Is it they're saving up all of the unsubscribes and dumping them on me all at once? Who knows? I don't know if it's an algorithm thing, or I don't know if it's actually 7 people that have decided, screw you, I'm out of here. And then since that point, I have gained back those 7 people plus 3. So I'm up 10 people from my lowest after that Birdsong review came out. And I just thought, that's so fascinating. And I don't pay that much attention to my analytics on a regular basis. The only thing I notice here or there is my subscriber count number, but I never go looking for it. I just notice it when I'm in YouTube Studio and I'm editing. I'm like, oh, I got 2 more. Oh, I got 1 down. That's it. I don't even really check the rest of the analytics most of the time. Now, the thing that really upsets me is I just watched Marilyn Mayoza's latest video. She did a book haul. And if you have not watched Marilyn Mendoza's videos, the baby boomer booktuber, you must go and watch her. Her link is below. She is awesome. She is fun, creative, entertaining, smart, adorable, sweet, transparent. She is honest. She tells you, this is who I am. She is proud of being 71. She is herself, extremely genuine. I love watching her videos. I love watching her personality. She wants to make people smile. She wants to make us laugh. She wants to give us great book reviews and recommendations. And I absolutely love her style, and I love how she presents books, because she does a lot of library reading and she does a lot of thrifting, both of which I absolutely adore. So I have had a great time watching her videos. In her last book haul video, she mentioned towards the end of the video that she recently lost 10 subscribers. And she attributes it to the fact that she sings and dances and does skits on her videos. And she made a comment, let me know if you enjoy the singing or not, or if I should stop singing. And I thought that pissed me off so much, because she should never have to make that statement. She should never have to worry that her creativity and her expression should turn people off, and that she has to address it somehow. And I felt such sympathy for the feeling that she wanted to bring it up. And I don't think she should ever change her presentation. She should never change what she does. Marilyn, you should never change your presentation, and you should never change what you do. If you truly love it, and that is you, and those of us who are big fans of yours, we know that is you, and we love it. Don't change anything that you don't want to, and don't take on that pressure. And I hope I'm not telling you what to do and lecturing you. I am just in full support of you and your content. Another video I watched that I commented on was Susan from Road Reads, and she was talking about your answer can't be a book tag. And she kept saying that she felt depressed because she's not fun. She's not a fun person, because aside from books and reading, there's not a lot that she does. She used to do a lot more. She was naming some things that she used to do. But now she doesn't do a lot. She lives on top of a mountain. She doesn't have a lot of opportunities. And she felt like she wasn't a fun person. Again, no, that's not correct. You are a wonderful person. I love your videos. I love hearing about you. I love hearing you talk about books. I love your variety. I love your videos. And you're not fun because of who you are. You're fun because of what the things you choose to do. And a person who reads like we do and decides to post videos and is so passionate about books, that's interesting. Stick with that. You know who you are. And I had such sympathy for her, because we're trying to live up to some sort of standard of interesting or fun or smart or pretty or whatever it is. Screw the standards. I resist. I resist the standards. Resistance is not futile in this example. I will continue to resist. We all should do the same thing. Be ourselves. Be fun. Be smart. Read what we want. Make a video when we want. That's all there is to it. So, yeah. Another thing with the me going down on buddy reads and read-alongs and all that stuff, I want to read less. I've been, again, so overextended, pressure, self-imposed, ridiculous. There's so many other things to feel pressure about in the world. Reading should not be one of them. And I'm preaching to myself. So I'm going to definitely make some concrete changes going forward. I'm going to continue to support those wonderful booktubers who I love. Those two women that I just mentioned are two of them. And we're going to go forward from here. I want to pick up some interesting stuff going forward. I want to pick up some great stuff next year. I want to eat through that bucket list, and I want to read those books instead of just showing them in a list. And I hope we all do the same thing. I think that's it for me. I don't want the video to be too long. But yeah, the last 2 years have been so hard, and I think, I've also learned what's most important. And reading is a passion, but it's also something I do for enjoyment, for relaxation, for a lot of different reasons. but I don't need it to stay alive. So there's so many things that are crucial and necessary and that you can't live without. And I need to remember that perspective. That's going to be helpful to me going forward. So that's it for today. A little bit of a chat, a little bit of me doing this to mean people. If you're mean, I'm doing this to you. Thanks for watching, everybody. Write a comment down below with any of your thoughts over what I said, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.